Right now, someone just made their first dollar online. In the same minute, another person closed a $1 million deal. And here's what's crazy. They're not playing the same game. Most people think wealth is just about making more money. But the truth? The wealthy operate by completely different rules at every income level. The mindset that gets you your first $100 will actually sabotage you at $10,000. And the strategies that build your first six figures, they'll keep you stuck there forever. Today, I'm going to show you the exact mental shifts and money moves that separate the 99% who stay broke from the 1% who break the game. Stick around until the end because I'll reveal the one strategy that every eight-figure entrepreneur uses, but nobody talks about. Scene 1, the $1 awakening. Your first taste of financial freedom. Let's start with something most people dismiss, earning your first dollar independently. Picture this. You're scrolling TikTok and see someone selling homemade car fresheners for $3 each. You think, I could do that. So you buy supplies for $15, make 10 fresheners, and sell them to friends and family for $30. You just doubled your money. That moment, that first independent dollar, is more valuable than any business course. Why? Because you proved something powerful. You can create money from nothing but initiative. But here's where 99% of people get stuck. They think, okay, I'll just make more fresheners. They're thinking addition, not multiplication. They're stuck in the $1 mindset. The 1% think differently. They ask, what problem did I actually solve? How can I solve it for more people? How can I solve it better? Scene 2, the $10 evolution. From maker to problem solver. Now let's scale that thinking. You realize people don't just want car fresheners, they want their cars to feel clean and fresh. So you create a car care kit with fresheners, microfiber cloths, and a spray bottle. You package it nicely and sell it for $15. Same effort, 5x the price. Why? Because you upgraded from selling a product to selling a solution. But here's the real game changer. You start selling these kits on Facebook Marketplace, not just to friends. Suddenly, you're serving strangers who found you through search. You've entered the real economy. This is the $10 mindset. Stop thinking about what you're selling. Start thinking about what problem you're solving and for whom. Scene 3, the $100 breakthrough, creating value from air. Here's where it gets interesting. You're browsing Facebook Marketplace and see someone selling a barely used exercise bike for $50. You know these retail for $200, but instead of thinking good deal, you think arbitrage opportunity. You buy it, clean it up, take professional photos, write compelling copy, and list it for $150. It sells within a week. You didn't manufacture anything. You didn't invent anything. You simply recognized value where others saw inconvenience. This is the $100 mindset. Money exists everywhere in the form of inefficiency, ignorance, and laziness. Your job is to spot it and capture it. But most people stop here. They think, I'll just flip more stuff. They're still thinking linear scale. Scene 4, the $1,000 skill, becoming the solution. The 1% make a different move. They realize that instead of finding deals, they can create them. You learn video editing, not to become a filmmaker, but because every small business needs video content. You master the software, study what works, and start reaching out to local restaurants, gyms, and service providers. Your first client pays $300 for a 30-second promotional video. Your second pays $500. By your fifth client, you're charging $1,000 per video. Here's the key. You're not just selling a service, you're selling results. That $1,000 video might generate $10,000 in new business for your client. This is the $1,000 mindset. Your income is directly tied to the value you create for others. Master skills that solve expensive problems. Scene 5, the $10,000 shift from service to system. But here's where most skilled freelancers hit a wall. They're trading time for money, and there are only so many hours in a day. The 1% recognize this trap and build systems instead. You realize that instead of making custom videos for everyone, you can create video templates. You develop a system. Clients fill out a form, you plug their information into your templates, and boom, professional videos in half the time. Now you can serve 10 clients in the time it used to take for 3. Your monthly income jumps from $3,000 to $10,000. This is the $10,000 mindset. Don't just work in your business. Build systems that work for your business. Scene 6. the $100,000 multiplication. Building your money machine. Now you're making good money, but you're still doing most of the work. The 1% make another critical shift here. You hire a junior video editor and teach them your system. You charge clients $1,000, pay your editor $300, and keep $700 for sales and management. But here's the magic. You can now take on 20 clients instead of 10. Your business generates $20,000 monthly, you keep $14,000, and you're working half the hours. You've crossed into the $100,000 mindset. Your role is no longer doing the work. It's building the machine that does the work. Scene 7. The $1 million leadership, becoming the conductor. At 6 figures, you hit another ceiling. Your own capacity to manage everything. The 1% solve this by becoming leaders, not just managers. You hire a sales manager, a project coordinator, and expand your team of editors. You create training programs, standard operating procedures, and quality control systems. Your role evolves from doing to directing. You're now the conductor of an orchestra, not a solo performer. The business scales to $83,000 monthly, over $1 million annually. You're not just wealthy, you're building an asset that creates wealth. This is the $1 million mindset. You don't just build a business, you build a business that builds wealth. Scene 8. The $10 million platform, owning the category. Here's where the ultra-wealthy think differently. Instead of just serving clients, they ask, how can I serve my entire industry? You launch a SaaS platform that automates video creation for small businesses. Instead of charging $1,000 per video, you charge $100 a month for unlimited videos using your automated system. 1,000 subscribers equals $100,000 monthly. 10,000 subscribers equals $1 million monthly. You're not just in the video business, you're in the automation business. This is the $10 million mindset. Don't just solve problems, build platforms that let others solve problems. Scene 9. The $100 million brand, creating movements. At this level, you're not just selling products, you're selling transformation. Think about Nike. They don't just sell shoes. They sell the belief that you can just do it. Your video platform becomes more than software. It becomes the tool that helps small businesses compete with big corporations. You create content, host events, and build a community around democratizing professional marketing. People don't just use your product, they believe in your mission. This is the $100 million mindset. You're not building a business, you're building a movement. Scene 10. The $1 billion infrastructure, becoming essential. The final level is when you stop being a player in the game and become the game itself. Think about Amazon Web Services. Most people don't know AWS exists, but it powers Netflix, Spotify, and countless other platforms. When you use these services, you're using AWS infrastructure. Your video platform evolves into a comprehensive marketing automation system that other software companies integrate into their products. You're no longer serving end customers, you're serving the companies that serve end customers. This is the $1 billion mindset. Don't just participate in the economy. Become the infrastructure that powers the economy. Here's what separates the 1% from everyone else. They upgrade their thinking at every level. Most people learn to make $1,000 and try to make $10,000 the same way. They hit a wall. They get frustrated. They quit or stay stuck. The 1% realize that every income level requires a different strategy, different skills, and most importantly, a different mindset. They understand that wealth isn't just about making money, it's about creating value, building systems, leading teams, and eventually becoming infrastructure. So here's my challenge to you. Look at your current income level and ask yourself, what mindset shift do I need to make to reach the next level? If you're making your first dollars, focus on problem solving. If you're at $1,000, build systems. If you're at $10,000, start leading. And if you're beyond that, think about platforms and movements. The roadmap is clear. The question is, are you ready to level up your thinking? Subscribe to the Millionaire Roadmap for more wealth-building strategies, and let me know in the comments. What level are you at, and what's your next move? Remember, the only difference between where you are and where you want to be is the quality of your thinking. See you in the next one, future millionaire.